Hello everybody, this is Swiss. Welcome back to another video. I'm using now a newly dressed avatar to present to you content that I feel is important for the evolution of Decentraland, and hopefully it will have also an educative touch for some of the new people coming in. Now today I'm going to talk about an issue that is really bothering me in Decentraland pretty much since I started. Now, there has been always this debate on how the land is going to be developed inside Decentraland. Will it be done through the SDK? Will it be done through the native builder tool that we are actually looking at right now in the background? Now, some people had some sort of alternative marketplace solutions where they would provide ready-made structures that you could deploy in Decentraland. I never liked those because they kind of took away the whole idea of decentralization and ownership of the assets, because they own the assets and deploy them on your scene. You never actually owned anything. So I didn't like that approach. I was always for the builder. Now, of course, the SDK is a more advanced builder, but most of us are not developers. We're not able to use it, and we'll never be able to use it if we are honest with each other. In this case, I think since in Decentraland, land ownership is really the big key innovation, digital land, the metaverse. People should be able to build on that land. That should be the primary, the most important functionality in Decentraland. Yes, I know many of you do not own land. And yes, for you, this may not be as relevant. But for everyone who does or who aspires to own land, I think it is really important that you can build your own little assets in Blender, export them as a GLB file, and import them into the builder tool to assemble them into a structure. And on my website, dcl.builders, you have a very basic free asset pack that you can try and upload here into the builder tool. You will find the builder tool right here on the website under the builder tab. As you can see, is the second most important button. However, that tool has been causing us issues for a long time already. We've always kind of asked for a more advanced tool, and we did get it. We do have now a builder tool that is directly accessible through the front end inside Decentraland, and this is how it looks like. It's in beta. It's not completely finished. Well, actually, it's not finished at all. But from what I can see right now, some of the direction and tendencies and the controls are tackling the issues we had with the original builder. So I'm really confident about this direction here. Some of the stuff needs a lot more work, but it is in the right direction. It's much easier to use. You can select individual assets here. You can rename them directly in the tool. Very cool. Now, the big downside here is that you cannot import assets using the new builder. This is the key function. This is the key infrastructure that we need. It's not available with this builder tool. And I think, from what I understand, we also do not have any smart objects in this tool. And for that, we still have to use the original builder tool. And the original builder tool is not necessarily compatible with this new tool. So if you actually put together something in that tool and you save it and publish it to your land, and then if you edit it in world through the new builder tool, you will not be able to access it and edit it most of the time in the old tool. And that's a real problem, because you can put a lot of work into putting together your scene. And then when you actually make a small edit in the new builder beta tool, you will not be able to use it again in here. And here you have all the core functionality like uploading assets and smart tools, meaning you can actually animate objects only in this tool. That means you can actually never edit anything with the new beta tool, because you will always need something from here. So this is a major issue, and I'm going to show you one example how this has become dysfunctional. And I do reserve, of course, the possibility that I may be exporting the assets in a faulty manner, even if I have used this tool now for almost 2 years. Mistakes can always happen, but I have not been able to overcome one specific issue. So I've just created this scene a couple of minutes ago to save some time. This is a blank 3x1 scene. And if I open it in the editor, I will now go and select one of my new assets, which is right here. And if I click on it, it should show up on this new scene. Now, as you can see, I will have to move it a little bit towards the right for it to fit the land size. And what I will do in order to provoke the key bug that I am experiencing, I will just click somewhere first so it's deselected. And if I reselect the building, I cannot reselect the building anymore. Now, that's a real problem, guys. If land ownership is the most important function, but you cannot actually properly build on your land, then all of this is worthless to me. And even if I want to create free assets for people, I cannot make them deploy these assets on the land if this kind of stuff happens. Now, maybe this is related to my particular building, and maybe other things do not have that issue. But if I go back, if I publish this, and if I go back to the new tool, I can actually access it from here, but I cannot access it from here. But if I save it here, I cannot use this one anymore. So it pretty much puts me in a very difficult situation. Pretty much everyone who is using any assets in Decentraland, I imagine. I don't think this is only related to my stuff. I think this is a bug that has been introduced at some point. And I'm not even going to touch on all of the issues that this piece of software has otherwise. I'm not even going to touch on it because I know some of that stuff is being handled and tackled by the new version. But this incompatibility between the tools right now pretty much refrains anyone from making any progress on the building. And let's not forget, guys, Decentraland is still a wasteland. There's still not a whole lot going on. Most of the land is still empty. A lot of people, I would say over 100 people, have deployed the free asset pack that you can download on DCL.builders. But it's not enough. I want to give more assets to people. But if the builder functions are not working, I do not know why marketing is bragging about 500,000 users potentially by the end of the year. Let's squeeze some more in. You know, man, first of all, make the tool work. Make the core functions of the software work. We don't even want to have a new builder tool finished, but at least fix the old one. Not to do something new, but just to do the old stuff that we can at least use some of the smart tools. It's not so bad. It is usable. It used to be usable. Now again, maybe it's just my assets that don't work, but I don't think so. I think this thing is being neglected. Who is developing this? Is there anybody managing this whole component of the product? For billion-dollar valuation that we currently have in the project, not having the core functionality work, but bragging about adoption of people who came to the metaverse for 30 seconds sounds pretty ridiculous to me. Let's fix the stuff, guys, so people can start building and people can start contributing. People who do not know how to use the SDK need to be part of this as well. All right, everybody, I hope this was useful. Thank you for your time, and I see you very soon. Bye-bye.